This part of the video is going to be me assembling after the unboxing. So this will be part 2. So now that everything is laid out, set up, I can go to the next step now, as I said, is start assembling it. So like I mentioned, we are step 1 all the way to step 9. It's on a single sheet of building this Sovol SV08 Max. Now I just want to go over a couple things. I don't know too much about everything. I'll point out as I go. I'm newer to a lot of things like other people are as well, so no expert. I've been 3D printing for about 8 years. A little on and off in the beginning, but maybe a little bit more heavily in the last 3 or 4 years. So yeah, let's get into it. So pretty much you're gonna have some stickers laying around. They have nice little details on explaining where things go from what I saw. And what I want to do is, I'm going to lift this up for a second, show everyone that behind here, what it looks like underneath the chassis. Now, there are already wires that you need to loosen up, but it looks pretty stable. I looked under this a little earlier. Everything looked fairly clean. I didn't really see anything. You have a cover for your motherboard, PSU. You do have DIN rail. Actually, I'm sorry, not DIN rail, but you have a line hide. I thought this was on a DIN rail, but it's not. You have the line hide behind here. Now, Sovol is nice enough to actually give you some screwdrivers, which is phenomenal. Actually, they're Allen key drivers. So pretty much what it looks like is I just got feet also to put on this. Like I said, other things, probably the motors, the wire up, but that's where we are. So let's start getting into this. Go from step 1. Just want to give you all a look underneath the table, what it looks like. So step 1-1 is that it says remove this part before installing. Now, so what this looks like actually is all 4 corners need to be removed. These are actually temporary parts, and that's where all the corners are going to go into. So, going into our kit, we're going to grab, and I should have sorted this out a little bit better, but I took the box, get a little bit more organized here, sort everything out. Here's your bag of screws. Like I mentioned, they handed you some Allen key screwdrivers, which is great. Some generic tools and miscellaneous. So let's get into this, and you can speed through it. Doesn't bother me. I have to do this regardless. So looks like we got the 2 top screws and we got the 1 side screw. So we are working with 2mm on top. That's 2 screws, and it looks like this is common for every corner I'm looking at. And then we have a 2.5mm on the side, which is 1. So let's remove this 1 screw, a couple screws. And this is actually labeled 2, so this says Z3 over here in the corner. So let's see if it pops out. It says it's supposed to just drop. And it looks like I got all the screws it asked for. Okay, so I am incorrect. The way the arrows look. Remove this part before installing. So it looks like I'm not removing the blocks. It looks like I'm possibly just removing. Okay, it looks like I am removing the block. But it doesn't want to pop out. Maybe it's underneath. Nope. So remove the screws like it says, but it shows and highlights the block. So let's just see if it matches up now. Z3. Z4, Z2, Z3. So here's Z3. And it looks like Yeah, no, that block is supposed to come out. So, I think that was on me. I got the wrong screws. These go back in, 2 millimeters on top. There are some beefy screws next to it. Okay, next step. We are mounting a few different things, it looks like. So we are going to get the top frame. And those all take a M3-6. So these are them. Looks like we got 2 in each corner. So gantry is here. Okay. And we have the top. Now, looking this over, it's pretty sturdy, not having any flex. You do have, which looks like on the front where the Sovol is, you have 2 LED strips over here. 1, 2. Now, I'm assuming the community's already probably tried modding these. These are screwed in. So you have 2 screws on each side. I don't see why, depending how this all goes after I'm done, of course I always look at what I could do to improve something, and lighting probably will be my next thing. Because I do plan on getting a closure for this. Right now I'm just kind of waiting for a sale and going from there. But so supposedly Sovol's supposed to be in the front. Now there is a little slip. Oh, very nice. Oh my God, that's awesome. That's it? Wow. Honestly, so far I'm very happy with just building this. Like, this has gone very smooth. Not overly complicated, nothing to scratch your head about. You are going to be using a 2 millimeter wrench now to put the screws in. Same thing. Nice and snug, quarter turn more. And on to the next one. These are all going very smooth too. I have not had anything with bad threading. Everything seems very clean and precise. Okay, now I feel like this is the bigger one, is the gantry. So what it shows me is that from this side, so if the tool head was actually on, which it's not, but it shows the image like it is, I wonder if I should put the, it doesn't say anything. So put the clip back in over here, let this roll over. Looks like we got another clip right here, and this just snaps in. Ooh, snap fitting. You don't say. And this snaps in? Wow, that's cool. The motor looks like it mounts, but it had nothing about the motor being built yet for the gantry, so I'm not going to touch that at the moment. Yeah, tool head's the next thing after, but anyways, so what we're going to do is keep in mind the mount is right here. That is the front. So, of course, duh, tool head will face you, but when I'm trying to look at the instructions, which is very weird, it acts like I'm sliding into something. And it tells me going like this, which I think is just positioning to not damage anything. But it looks like I'm just resting right on these posts. So I'm gonna just kind of do my own thing for a second. Yep, looks like it just goes there. We'll bring this forward like that. And the tubing on the Sovol, okay, is the same thing. It's 2.5 by 4. So that is reassuring. I remember someone posting, and I gotta ask who it was. I gotta find out who it was. I think it's someone I know. They were telling me that they had to change the size of the PTFE tubing for some odd reason, because I don't know. But so far, tubing is more than adequate. I mean, this is the same stuff they put on bamboo. Maybe it's the length of the tubing? So anyways, this goes here. Okay. So that sat in, tool head. They told me, okay, exactly like I did. Just clip everything in. And that will be step numbers all written off. So it's M4-35, okay? So M4-35 is step 6. And these screws go into all the Z-axes. So you're gonna put the screws in for the Z-axis. There is 2. And you're gonna see the little slot right here on the 2, okay? Okay. Next is the filament holder. Now, I'm not going to put the filament holder on, but the bracket, just so you're aware, goes over here in the front corner, and then I guess it will just feed up. I'm going to use my Sovol SH02 filament driver for this to test it, so right on. This gets clicked up here, and they are the same length. So take this in perspective when you guys do anything. Move a tool head as far as you can and complement the tubing, just to be sure. But really, the tubing doesn't need to be any longer than that. So if this is over here, this actually looks like the right side. So just a quick way of telling. But if you do any tubing in general in your life, you could do it this way. Now, I can see now the reasoning behind what someone maybe was saying with the tubing, because there is a little bit of a tight curve on that. So I'm gonna swap it. I have a lot of tubing of my own, so it's not a big deal, but this will be pretty much your best way of looking at it. If you're at the furthest way down and connecting, is where the tubing is going to sit. And you're just going to cut it right there. We want a good 60 millimeter diameter bend. If you want to think of it that way, measure 60 millimeters and kind of go, and you want a bend that matches it. It needs to have a good curve. If it doesn't, it will start to restrain it and start snagging. that's that. That's good. Double check all your wires too. I do have an extra port right here, and I wonder if that's the LED mod that people do. If I don't see any extra, anything else that's extra, everything looks like it's plugged in nicely, everything's glued. So I do want to look that up though. I want to see the toolhead LED mod as it goes. I have seen people put eddy currents in here, which would be really cool. Save a lot of time. But yeah, up to that end, I'm going to say this is complete right now. And on to the next video, I'm going to do startups. If it's not on this video, I did make another video. So please check that out. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with me all this time. And hopefully this was helpful for some people.